don't wanna go home.
Yo, what's up everybody? We're here for another PHER interview, and this episode is actually really special because rather than being down at the PHER headquarters, we're up here bringing the whole set up to 432 Studios. So, without further ado, I do want to introduce everybody that's here on set with us today. Me, myself, hi, I'm Dow. This is
Camtoldya. I'm head of PHER Productions.
Tommy Fortune. Your boy High Low, Alex Sands.
Dope, welcome guys. Thank you for allowing us to come to you guys, rather than, it's a different role, but it's dope, bro. Like, so, as you said, you're Tommy Fortune, right? And you're High Low. So, you guys, tell us what 432 Studios is.
So the idea came up, we kind of conspiracy theorists sometimes. Like, we don't believe everything, but we'll be on our shit, like, trying to find the new thing, like, better shit, So it's like, I went to school that day, was learning, just getting deep into just music in general, frequencies, all that tuning, and I realized, like, understood what it finally meant. Like, all this music is tuned to 440, but it's like back in the day, ancient times, they would tune their music to 432. They said it created I can't even talk right now. Euphoric feelings in their, like, chest. It creates geometric patterns. If you take, like, a tone generator, it's like a metal tone generator plate, and you tune it to 432, and it will create patterns. So it's just like energy.
Like with the salt on
with salt or sand, you put sand on it, and it's like, it's what music is meant to be tuned to, and I feel like that's why there's a lot of disconnection in the world, is because we're out of tune. And it's like, so we're just, a lot of people don't know what it means. We don't put it out there like that, but it really has a meaning behind it. And it's, I came home one day like, High Low, I finally understand, bro. Like, we're about to make a beat in 432. Like, we were pumped. We literally
started with the beat.
Well, we learned about it, but we didn't fully really understand how it connected to music until that day. Like, I kind of took that class, came there, and we tuned it down. We were making a beat, and I'm sitting there like playing something, and then Harlow, like, I felt something in my chest, but I was just like, I'm just tricking myself, because we're reading about that, if there's euphoric feelings. And then Harlow looks over at me and he goes, bro, did you feel that? I was like, bro, you really feel that? You feel it too,
Yeah.
And we were just playing, trying to make a beat, and we felt it. And that moment, I knew I was a believer in 432, and I'm like, bro, we need to push this. I was like, 432 Studios, like, we're pushing this,
And it's not necessarily like a conspiracy.
Yeah, he's right.
If you put that tone, 432, it's tuned down, and you put it through the signal generator, it'll make shapes, and those shapes are the same patterns that are consistent with every, like, life form.
Geometry.
They have those shapes. And if you put it to 440, it breaks those shapes. So the idea is that it's doing that to your skin, your cells, your blood, ideally. So we don't know 100% if it's actually bad, but that's kind of like the vibe we want to get out, is basically just good vibes.
So get music back to the original tuning that it was in, because they changed it in 1930 something. So it's like, we just want to put it out there and just represent it. So it's like positive stuff, like he said.
Dope. That's what's dope. Like there's like meaning behind it, because like it's one thing to like just start something, and just to roll with it, but like it's another thing to like start something and like stand behind it because like you truly believe in it. So like it's really dope to see like, hey, like, like both of you guys connected, and like for that reason, like that's why 432 Studios, it was created. And so if you guys don't know what 432 Studios is, it's let them know it's a
recording studio. We do we want to get into bands and stuff, but right now we just do mostly like vocals. If you have like, you want a guitar, like one instrument recorded, we could do that. But it's more for individual single booth, solo booth.
Right now we're kind of, with what we got going on right now, we have it for single artists mostly. Like, not single artists, they could come in groups, but it might be like a pop singer, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a singer, rock or anything, like we couldn't do an instrument quite yet, but we're expanding right now, so we're getting different engineers and shit and fucking...
And like talking to you guys, like, and just getting a kind of like idea for like your vision, like where you guys are headed. I feel like you guys are really, like trying to provide a platform for, for a lot of artists that don't have, like that don't have the opportunity to make the music. Like I know you guys are like artists, if you guys are tuning in right now, like they have like monthly subscriptions type deal where you could get your butt in here and work your butt off, you know, and make music like and like
content.
Yeah, exactly.
Good quality
you know,
content.
like, so that's what's like really cool. Like you guys are definitely, you know, like providing this platform, you know, for artists that are just like that are hungry for it.
I think our main goal is to create a community. Like me and Hilo really been talking a lot, and it's like you have these places like Atlanta. Like right now it's Florida, so it's like everybody's having their shine. Atlanta has been on for a minute, so it's like Florida has had their shine before and they're getting shine again. So it's like they're really getting it. So it's like I just feel like we need something to bring everybody together, and that's what me and Hilo's been trying. Yeah, we need everybody to show love instead of everybody, you know, trying to do it themselves and be like, you know, my squad this, my squad that. We could go to each other's shows, you know what I'm saying? We could support each other and have the show turn, both of them turn. So it's like everybody will want to start thinking locally rather than just these other places, you know.
How old are you? Like,
25.
25 and 25 years old. Like, how does it feel to be like young men and to like be able to know that like you guys are making money off of like what you're doing, like what you love? Like, how does it feel?
I could say it's amazing. I honestly never would have in my dreams thought I'd be doing this, bro. Like literally every time I brought up to music to like somebody with like whether they had something to do with school or they were just an older person, like it always just seemed like, oh, there wasn't money in it. Like, oh, you got to go to school and you got to do this and you got to be a zombie like everybody else. And I literally fought it. Like, no, I'm gonna do what I want. Even though it took me a few years to figure it out, like what I was gonna do, because out of high school I was bullshitting. You know, I wasn't on this shit, like trying to make a studio, and sometimes I'm hard on myself because I wish I didn't do it sooner, but then like at the same time I gotta be also we made some accomplishments, so I also gotta be like proud of ourselves. Like we have to be proud of ourselves.
That's part of the process. You know?
One thing we mentioned was like the fact that someone can work their ass off weekly for 40 hours a week and then use that money to come to us to create something. Like how
that's dedication.
I'm sure it's a good feeling.
That's what's dope too. Is like you said, a lot of people told us no, and like. I tell everyone now, like, because they're like, you make money off music? Like, this is all you do? And I'm like, yeah, this is all I do. And they don't understand there's so many different outlets to make money, you know, like DJing, doing beats for commercials, just selling beats, cover arts. I mean, you know, editing just the vocal, or like, you know, an interview vocal, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that. There's so much money out here to be made in the music, and anything that people have a passion for, there's money in. So I just want people to know that, you know, so don't give up on your dreams. You know?
Now, that was my next question. Like, what is your advice? Like, you know,
this is my advice, and I promise it saved me every time. I literally would like, there was a point in my time where I just needed to expand my knowledge on, like, just more on the music side of like plugins and my sounds. Because there was a point I was literally gonna quit. Like, I didn't have no sounds, and all my beats were starting to sound the same. I didn't know scales. Like my homies would notice I was making the beat in the same scale because I didn't know fucking scales. I didn't have no good sounds. And I remember one day in the garage we would blaze and just freestyle to my beats, and I just put this beat on, and one of my homies just wasn't feeling it. And it's just like usually they were just always turning up, and I was just like, you know, I've thought of giving up so many times, bro. And it's just like when you think that, just make that the fuel, because if I would have gave up a long time ago when I thought, like, we wouldn't be where we're at. And just, if you see yourself and you're not good at something and you want to do it, you just need to think to yourself, I can do that. Because literally, like, before I was making beats, engineering, I just thought to myself, I can do that. And at that moment, I couldn't do it, but guaranteed in the future, working towards it, I was able to do it. And it's just like those words, if you just keep like manifesting, I can do that, just anything. That's just my advice to people.
And have like a thirst for knowledge, because people don't understand that music is a knowledgeable thing. A lot of artists, rappers come in here thinking like, I'm ready, and then they're like, man, you showed me all this stuff. Like, they didn't know what a in and out, ad lib, all these things were, you know. So as long as you keep learning and keeping at it, you know, I really think that Colorado's up next.
And touching up on growth, like, where do you guys see, like, for, I know you don't want to give away, like, all the juice and all the sauce yet, you know, but, like, speaking of growth, like, where do you guys see 432 Studios going right now? Like, or, like, can you give the viewers, like, any insight or anything, like, that you guys have coming up?
Sure. The closest. I don't want to give away too much, I hope.
I mean, right now, like, what we're really doing is we're really expanding. And, like, a lot of people have same in the producer world and the artist world here. A lot of people, you know, they feel like there's only like one spot, only one person can have it. And something I've like really learned is like, no, there's this whole world, you know. So if we all take over together, you know. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to teach people how to mix themselves. So if they want to, they can go and just get a home studio just for themselves, you know what I'm saying? Or they could make money off this, you know what I'm saying? So we're really teaching a lot of people. We're trying to expand, build more booths. You know, we got something probably in the work with you.
For sure.
We could say that's not a slogan yet, but what we're gonna be pushing, I don't want to give it all away, but just know that there's a new breed of artists out there, and we want to find you guys, and we want you guys to be a part of this movement. So let's get it.
Yeah. So I know like 432 offers a lot. What are some of the services that you guys provide here?
We could just produce music basically, so we can get a beat for you, we could mix the vocal for you, we could take vocals that are recorded somewhere else and mix, we can give you free consultation, help you become a better artist, tell you what things you might need to work on. So it's just like recording, we have a lot of space for you to bring all your friends. Like, so you want to touch on that?
Yeah, we also provide beats. We have multiple people we know that make beats like for different sounds, you know what I'm saying? We could get you guys intact with different producers as well, you know what I'm saying? If we're not cutting it here, you have a different type of sound, you know what I'm saying? You need anything else, like we're the one-stop shop to chill,
Networking,
make your music, network, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all know
and
video.
just have a good time.
Yeah. And if you guys need the right visuals, just know that's visuals. You know, a video can make or break a song. So it's like, just know that you guys want to invest. You don't want to go to the $100 cameraman. You want to invest in people that have a vision, favor. You want to invest in people that are for the city. And I'm gonna tell you right now, favors for the city. So just make sure you guys know that. Shout out Cam and Chris. Shout out my boy Cristiano.
Before we take off today, I just want to give you guys the chance to at least, throw out your guys' Instagrams. How can they follow you? Is there a 432 page? Is there a Tommy Fortune page? Let the fans know.
We have a 432 Studio page on Instagram at 432 Studios. Also on Facebook at 432 Studios. You'll see our sign 432. You can also follow my Instagram too if you want for my music, Tommy Fortune Music.
My Instagram is just Hilo303, HILO, and then my Snapchat is Hilo Sands, Hilo, and then my last name.
Oh, my Snapchat is Dank Minds.
And my Facebook,
Dank Minds,
Alexander Sands. Not hard to find.
Exactly.
Or you can find me on the 432 page.
Make sure you guys are giving these guys a follow to stay updated on everything that they're doing, because like you said, they're just not a recording studio. They're a platform for networking, for so much more. So make sure you guys are giving them a follow on all social medias. And but yeah, guys, I want to say thank you for allowing us to come up here, the hospitality.
Appreciate it.
I know 432, like you guys are barely scratching the surface, so it's exciting to see, another young men that are on this, have the same stride, have the same passion. So hey, appreciate you guys coming.
Appreciate you, man. Already appreciate you guys, man.
Hey, come check us out down at 1118 Broadway at the PHER headquarters, and also come check out 432 Studios address.
8868 Federal Boulevard. That's all you need to know.
Come check it out.
8868.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Catch us next.